worth reminding ourselves, isn't it, about the ISIS. Not completely forgotten in all this, but we use terms like, unprecedented barbarity. We were talking about the Yazidi women, the attitude to gays, to those journalists that were beheaded. It's just utterly disgusting. We say unprecedented barbarism. Unfortunately, it's not unprecedented, but there we are, and it will come around again. But you have some experience of this group, don't you?
I was in the ISIS camp. I was serving in the UK Armed Forces on the ISIS campaign and was involved in the first two Sinjar mountain retakes. And actually, we spent quite a lot of time working out what we could do with the Yazidi rape problem, because we knew it was a problem. And I mean, it makes me upset just thinking about it. These women were being raped until they bled to death. It's just absolutely appalling. And so we were trying to work out, could we bomb the rape factories, but then we'd kill the women that we were trying to save? It's a bit like the Holocaust. If you bombed the concentration camps, you'd be killing the Jewish people.
Rape factories?
They were effectively rape factories. The women were just being tied to beds and raped until they bled to death and died. So we were thinking, what on earth can we do about this? And we were not allowed by law to use our local resistance fighters in case they killed people in a non-Geneva compliant way. It caused us huge frustrations and just shows how the law sometimes works against, moral warfare effectively. We couldn't bomb the factories, so what we did in the end, the only thing we could do and the best thing that we could do, is that we added the rape factories to target lists. So if you had an ISIS fighter that went to the rape factory, and then, I say factory, it was a sort of rape house, and then went to a second known ISIS location, we would target them and kill them, and we did in reasonably considerable numbers. I'm not Prince Harry, so I'm not going to sit here making silly boasts, but by adding the rape centres to our ISIS target list, we were at least able to kill at some point some of the people who were raping these Yazidi women to death. Oh. And I have to say, it's one of the things I'm most proud of.
Mm. It's scarcely believable, Drew, isn't it?
It's distressing.
The mindset, trying to get into that mindset. Shamima Begum, of course, whether she was on the periphery or at the heart of it, whether she was an ideological zealot or whether she was brainwashed or whatever, to believe that there was the exercise of that evil, Drew, is just so difficult to get our heads around, isn't it?
Well, it's just impossible for anybody here to contemplate that. And, I feel for Bob and what he and his colleagues must have gone through witnessing some of this on the ground. It's just hearing the descriptions is horrendous and distressing and upsetting, and it does move the emotions when you hear about that. And there are difficult problems with in warfare in terms of how people behave. I do always think the best thing that we can do is try and, wherever we can, make sure that law is being taken into account and being adhered to. As you said, asking the question earlier, I think the best thing to do is for her to come back and face the courts, and if there are crimes, then she should be accountable for them.